plant-based beef stick. It means it's a meat substitute, right? There is a lot of necessity for meat substitutes now. The demand from the market is very high. ¿Entendéis, verdad, inglés? Para escribir. The demand for market is very high, so the many corporates also are investing. Nestlé, Unilever, Possible Burger, and Beyond Meat. There is a lot of movement around creating an alternative to meat. Normally they are either hamburger that tastes like meat, right? Like Impossible Burger of Beyond Meat, and then next to be Incredible Burger by Nestlé, or there is an extrusion of soy-based ingredients or soy, which is the case, for example, of Eura over there, another startup, and this is a solution here where you can create a meat alternative that is fibrous, so that it at the same time can have the ingredients that gave the taste to the similar to a beef stick, so to actual meat from cows, but also having the fibrous texture. So the idea here is to order the microfibers of plant-based ingredients, right? In this case it's pea, rice, proteins, and algae fibers, so that the product at the end is composed of fibers that resemble the way the muscular fibers are in animal muscles. So we are creating a bioact meat, right? So we order the vegetable fibers so that they act if they were a piece of meat. So, I will charge the cartridges here and we start with them. And then questions now or afterwards maybe. So I was working as professor in bioengineering here in Barcelona in the UPC. I was creating kind of artificial organs with bioprinting techniques, like this kind of sample of a small ear or bigger ones. And I found out that I could get something with the right consistency of a human tissue. For example, a human piece of meat with this kind of technology. So this is not scalable because we are creating the first year something that is a printer with an espresso model capsules, right? For restaurants, space agencies and hospitals, research centers. And afterwards we will focus on scaling up without the printer. We scale up with a big machine similar to the one that is doing extrusion now, but we have a patent submitted which is on the composition, on the process and on the product. So at the beginning we will sell the printer and not this one. We build a robust printer that makes many kilos with big capsules, with big cartridges to make 100 grams of stick. Then afterwards we will partner with corporates and food producers to create, give the technology to them in the form of a big machine and composition so that they can create plant-based meat substitutes at large scale, right? So, this is not only interesting for vegetarians and vegans, it's especially interesting for flexitarian people, who are these ones that are trying to decrease the amount of meat they eat in their diet. Many young people now are trying to do that for the environment. Older people normally do that for health problems, for example cholesterol or it's carcinogenic, red meat after a certain amount a week. So there is different reasons, not only the environment, but also health, also animal welfare, of course, why you would want to have alternative to meat in the next future. Alright, so let's go faster now. I'm charging here the capsules. Right? Then we create something similar to this. Now today I'm trying a new prototype which is whitish, so this one is a different material and we have a different variety of ingredients that we try. This one is with rice, this other one is rice and pea proteins mixed with algae fibers, so we have different mixtures. Right? And then we will cook it as if it was a normal piece of meat. questions, you can also ask during the demo. It's no problem. So now we close here, calibrate machine, and then we start. We try to print at 8 centimeters per second, so we do a small piece in 5 minutes, and then we cook it and we eat it if we want. It will be small because now we optimize just for these small cartridges, and then of course we will have to optimize for bigger ones, so we can go faster and do the big one, big piece in a reasonable amount of time. Right? I did not build the machine. The machine I was using a similar machine for a biomedical application, and SIM UPC they did the machine that they use now for prototypes, and we will develop the new version, which is a robust printer, hopefully metallic, that can print high quantities of material for innovative restaurants at the beginning, or as I told you, hospitals or space agencies. Alright, so let's go. Now I will start. Sorry if I stand here, then I will move back, right? Christina? With a pen here because it's working better with this pen, so no worries. Secret? Yeah. So the filaments look like this. Right, these are microfilaments. We try to order the fibers inside of these filaments in a way so that, guys, you can come on this side, there is more space. So, you ready? Let's start. Let's see if it's calibrated well. If not, I will just fix it. Alright, so let's go faster now. We are going at 1 centimeters per second, we will go up to 8 centimeters per second, so like this. Let's go. So, now 2 centimeters per second. Right? And then we will cook this as if it was a normal piece of beef stick with oil, and then with oregano and soy sauce. 3 centimeters per second. Alright, so what happens here is that we are ordering powdering the fibers, the microfibers. We are creating a structure. As you see, it's very simplified structure, but what we get now is the texture, which is very special. Without using soy, without using wheat, we are using now rice and pea proteins. So together they have all the essential amino acids for a varied or a balanced product, right? And let me check. Sorry. Yes, for a balanced diet, and then we will cook it there. We will detach from the surface with the water, with salt, and then we will cook it there. Okay, so let's go faster.
Nehmen wir das Ganze mal so, heute ins Kummer und das ist dann Finish.
As you understand, this one is not scalable as it is, right? So we want to then, we have a patent for extrusion system, not for the printing system, which means we can scale this with bigger machines, all right, for corporates. At the beginning, we will focus on creating the best prototypes with a printer, which are easier to customize, ingredients and the cartridges. We do that with innovative restaurants that here in Catalonia they are very good ones. And then we will focus afterwards on on scaling up with big machines. The machinery companies like Buehler and Wenger, we try to build with them with big machines so that we can have corporates can have access to plant-based meat technology that is differential. So now, for example, Unilever acquired a vegetarian butcher in December, right? And there is a lot of interest by investors and corporates to innovate. Because Kraft, for example, 2 days ago went down in stocks by 25%. So they need to innovate on healthy food or plant-based food. And so having differential technology at the base is very important for them. And this startup and other startups working on differential technology, unique technology with a patented system can make a difference for the plant-based meat substitutes to go to market. There is a huge demand for this. In Europe alone, 451% increase in the last 5 years for meat substitutes by the people, right? So the market is demanding. In the US, the last year the increase was 24% in 1 year, according to Nielsen. And China said they will cut meat consumption by half before 2030. So they're looking for alternatives, right? So now we will go to 8 centimeters per second, and then, no, this material is not as good as the other one. Yeah, this material we can go up to 8, but this one doesn't look like it. Yeah, so then, if you want to try plant-based meat products, which are already in the market, the most famous hamburgers are the Possible Burger and Beyond Meat, right? That taste like meat. Then there is extrusion of soy. There is some products that taste like chicken strips. For example, in Barcelona we have Eura there, and in the Netherlands there are so many companies that are doing extrusion of that products. And there is a big movement also on clean meat. Clean meat is building meat alternatives with cells, right? So you use another technology, you use bioprinting technology, so we're going to give scaffolds for matrices for the clean meat companies to build their meat without the need of billions of cells. Right, let me check because I think there is some. So we do few more layers, maybe 1, 2 or 3, and then we will cook it. So maybe 3 minutes left. Alright, so then other companies, for example, Cargill, the company which is working on cereals, are looking to alternatives because now 83% of the global arable land is used for livestock. It's a lot, of course, and also I think it's a quarter of fresh water on the planet. So they are looking for a more efficient system, even for companies. Right? So then we will cook it as if it was a normal piece of meat. So we put some oil, it's already there, some oregano, and then we see if this material as well is looking as good as the other one. This one is texture is very good. Now this one has already been cooked before, so it's cold and it's very stiff and it's dry. So we'll do another one now. Even though this material I tried this morning and doesn't look as good as the other one, so hopefully. We are doing tonight another demonstration with this other material, which is pea and rice together. So we will do another one, which for sure will look as the other one. Alright, so one layer left and then we are done. One more thing. If you came a little bit later, you can check, or if you want to hear this in a proper manner, you can check Novameat.com. There is a video there, which is done by the European Union, by EAT Food. So there is a good video with good quality and the subtitles, so you can understand in any language what this project is all about. Right? So let's finish this and then we start cooking. I think this material makes some small mistakes, so we'll work on new ones. Every day we work on new prototypes and we're working on different versions. All right. We'll detach this one and put on the pan. Right. Attach this with water with salt and then put there.